When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Good night, everyone. Welcome to Make We Talk. Good night, good night, good night, good night. This evening we're going to have a panel speaking about what happened today in the Parliament and other discussion, other topics we're going to speak about. Good evening to everyone who's just joining us from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Make We Talk YouTube, the Make We Talk Jeffery Tavares YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. We have Mr. Garfield Reid already in. We're waiting our other three guests who's supposed to come on. Welcome, welcome to the program, everyone. Welcome for coming on. Oh, yes. Here we have my good friend. We have with us this evening the People's National Party.
Let me see if I can catch the phone in a nice position.
You're
'Cause I
live.
don't know why Jeffrey never send me.
Well, you send me your email address then, no?
All right, okay. Hold on.
No, just come off and send it to me WhatsApp. Yes. We do apologize about that. That's Christopher Henry, the opposition's junior spokesperson on foreign affairs and foreign trade of the People's National Party. We have been inviting members of the Jamaica Labour Party to come on and they declined. For some unknown reason, they have declined. I don't know why, but that's okay. We're still going to do what we have to do. We're going to send this over to Mr. Henry now. But in the meantime, this evening budget presentation by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, it was a long presentation, a very long presentation, very, very long presentation. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, my God, why is it so long? Why was it so long? But, you know, I guess Prime Minister's presentation have always been long. But everybody is saying, why is it that the opposition leader was not allowed to continue his presentation in the parliament? That's the question I've been asking from everyone. Chris, Sir Reid, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
And your views on that? Why you think they didn't allow Mark Gold to continue his speech?
Well, I really don't think Mark Golden had. I really don't think the opposition leader needed to continue his speech when he went outside the halls of Garden House and did a speech on the streets. And that is the most important thing. He did have an audience with people outside Garden House. I believe majority of Jamaicans, or even more of Jamaicans, would have been more interested to know that the opposition leader went outside to continue his speech. So I believe his speech, by going outside, by literally having Parliament adjourned, and he had to go outside, I think he was more effective and he has reached more people. And I think, and if you notice, the Prime Minister himself, he never, which I don't know if he had said it before, because I joined the conversation a little bit late, and I don't think he never apologized to walk out on the opposition leader.
No, he did not.
He did not, okay? And also, he did not even
Apologize
attempt,
to the Jamaican people either.
yeah, he did not even attempt to to basically to rebut Mark Golden when he made mention of his wife as Speaker of the House, or even the illicit six. So I think Mark Golden actually really never need to finish a speech, which he never need to repeat something that he has clearly done on Tuesday. So there is no need for the opposition leader to do that, because he had make his point, and I believe the entire Jamaica have heard him, and I believe more people would have heard him when they knew he was outside of Garden House. What I can tell you, even people who did not hear it, when they were told later, probably today or the day after, they will go to YouTube to watch back the speech. I don't believe no well-thinking Jamaican will go back to YouTube to watch back 4 hours of the Prime Minister on his feet. But in other words, and so Mark Golden did what he had to do. No need to continue, because he did say he was able to get his speech out. And that's my opinion. That's how I see it. But I'm going to be honest. One of the things I hear the Prime Minister mention, he mentioned some stuff in reference to the housing solutions, like the 1-bedroom starter homes. I think that was a good initiative. That there were some great ideas in that. But but when I hear, and the part about it too, as a buyer, you will be able to sell back the house back to the NHT. That's a good idea. But what we need the people to do is that the media houses are the opposition to find out, yes, we can buy the house from the NHT for 9 million, 10 million, whatever the 1-bedrooms are. But at what rate? How the NHT going to value the house when we are selling it back to them? You understand what I'm saying? Is it that we have to use a real estate agent? Is it that we have to use an attorney? What are the fees of selling back the house to the NHT? I mean, is it going to be an average? Is it going to be, I mean, how do you value the homes, giving it back to the NHT after you may go on in the room for house for 5-6 years? You may, what are the values? So I mean, the Prime Minister did not. You see, a lot of people like to criticize like the opposition, and the Prime Minister himself said it. How does the opposition is going to pay for certain things? But the Prime Minister himself reeled out a lot of initiatives, but he didn't talk about how the capital gain, what the gain will be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how the homeowner going to benefit from selling it back to the NHT. You know, we talk about the minimum wage moving from 13,500 to 15,000. What is 1,500? I mean, how
Those are the things that
sustainable
we're
is
trying to
that?
figure out. And they have this big clapping in the parliament of this is something great.
Correct. There's nothing great. $1,500, 15,000 is less than 100 US dollars. Think
Yeah.
about it, Jeffrey. Somebody go to work as a security guard and he works 40 hours for the week, you know, and at the end of the day and of the week you pay him 15,000 Jamaican dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the taxes coming out of it? Will it be, you know, there are going to be some deduction, some statutory deductions. So, I mean, Jeffrey, if you take a bus from Portmore to downtown Kingston and you're not a senior, 65 years old, and then you may work in Papina, you live in Portmore,
Yes.
you know, the JUTC bus system is not the most effective bus system. You have to reach to work, and keep in mind, I teach. I'm like somebody who work at a custodial at a school. That person have to be at school for 6 o'clock.
But not
But
only that,
you know,
Garfield Reid, out of that $1.3 trillion budget,
right,
as you talk about the JUTC, they're buying 100 new buses. And the bill for the 100 new buses is 2.6 billion Jamaican dollars.
right.
You don't hear nothing about. You hear well, I must be fair. Maybe he listened to us. He was talking about water system in the grill, and he was talking about access to beaches and so forth. So I guess he's listening to the Make We Talk program and others. But out of that 1 point something trillion dollars, there's nothing in there for the less fortunate of the country. There's nothing in there for people who with disability. You don't see nothing in there at all,
No, he
Garfield.
mentioned nothing about disability, and think about and I mean, exactly, and that's a good point. He mentioned nothing about disability accessibility to public transportation. I mean, does the JUTC carry a lift at the door for someone in a wheelchair? How they get up into the bus? It's not all the bus are equipped. So think about it now. Think about this, yeah? What about the JUTC buses that don't have wheelchair access to the bus? So what about
Yes.
someone who uses a wheelchair, and if that bus cannot and there's no ramp,
Mm-hmm.
how does that person get up? Number two, think about the sidewalk accessibility in Jamaica and the major thoroughfares. There are
Mm-hmm.
there are street light posts in these sidewalk. I mean, from when I was going to school and I walked down on South Camp Road and I will drive South Camp Road today, I thought South Camp Road was a huge road because at the time going to Alpha Primary, I was only 5, 6 years old. And when
Yes.
you look at South Camp Road today and these corridor, I often wonder when I drive past there, how in the world were we able to walk on those sidewalks down to downtown, all 10, 15 of us walking, and we
Mm-hmm.
are not stumbling over each other. So what about someone in a wheelchair? How is that accessible to people? So
Well.
these are the things that you put in people first. These are the things that need to be,
Mm-hmm.
but the people of Jamaica should have heard. I
Yes.
mean, the buses, I mean, these coaster buses that the government is bringing in cannot access somebody in a wheelchair.
It's not coastal buses they're bringing in. They're bringing in
No, and
some
I'm just saying, in the
yeah.
private buses, they are not wheelchair accessible. These
Yes.
JUTC, some maybe, but not all. So what about if somebody out there who can only use a wheelchair when the JUTC bus pull up, it don't have any wheelchair access? Them have to wait until one comes, suppose that one don't come for the day.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, we have to speak about that. But we have with us joining us Sabrina, one of Jamaica's youngest youth parliamentarian. She become a good friend of mine. Sabrina, welcome to the program.
Hello, good night. Are you
Yeah,
hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. What is your views on the Prime Minister's speech to the Parliament? And we also have joining us opposition spokesperson and junior spokesperson on foreign affairs and foreign trade, attorney at law, my other good friend Christopher Henry.
Most days I'm your good friend.
Sabrina, what is your views on the Prime Minister's speech today?
Not one thing, Jeffrey. Good evening to you and good evening to your listeners.
Hold on there for me, Christopher. Let Sabrina answer this one. I'll
Oh,
come back
sorry.
to you.
Go ahead, Sabrina. Sorry.
Your views on the Prime Minister's speech today in the Parliament, sir.
That's okay. I mean, we did hear a lot of interesting perspectives that were in the debate today. Um, I must find it historical that our prime minister, though saying that there was no in inflicting or conflicting interest with his wife being the head, the speaker of the house, he would have made mention to his wife on the day of the debate. So that shows, some riff in
Mhm.
our politics. But I'd just like to add that some of the things that we're hearing about the progression of our country, such as that the tourism enhancement fund and scholarships to students over 1,000. I just hope that those are things that can actually here because it sounds good to Jamaican people. And I'm sure as a young person, it sounds good to me, knowing that, we can receive a scholarship for tertiary education. However, 1,000 students that might want to study law, might want to study medicine, how practical that is, can that be achieved? We know that our parliamentarians have a history of actually saying some stuff that they don't actually complete. So we hope to actually hear more things. I was hoping to hear, as aforementioned, some things that have to do with the disabled community or some people who are marginalized in Jamaica. I mean, of course, there are no new taxes, which I know that is a rejoicing to the Jamaican public, but we also need more measures for people who have been disenfranchised for years. It took forever for us to have the Disabilities Act, and now we're still not having things in place and infrastructure in place for our disabled. So I was looking to hear some more of that. We do hear about the free education from Hearts, and we did hear about the achievements of the government coming out of COVID. But I feel like some of the things that we're hearing now are things that we expected, and some of the things that we are expecting to hear new, we're not hearing. So it was a long debate. It took forever. The presentation was very long. I'm just hoping that the government will fulfill its promises as mentioned.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Henry, unmute your mic for me, sir. Your views on and your Prime Minister, Jamaica's youngest Prime Minister.
I
Your
do. I
views
do.
on his.
Yeah, do it. That they work there. That they work there. But anyway, that was a marathon of a speech. I almost feel that the announced increase for the minimum wage was like a throw in, like him almost forget it. Actually, Emily Shields tweeted it was 5 years. I really felt it was 5 years. We expected to hear a lot of what he said. I agree with Sabrina with that, but I'm not seeing all of the promised prosperity after 7 years, almost 8 years of their governance. Uh, they have already they've promised certain housing schemes that were already in train from before they went into government. Um, the the scholarship idea, the scholarship provision, 1,000 students. We don't even know how that thousand going to be divided. We don't know where. And for example, yes, okay, you're giving away scholarships, but what areas are you going to focus on? Because as you know, to develop the country as well as to increase productivity, and the same thing that he acknowledges that we said first, that we're in a low wage, low productivity, low tech economy. He hasn't He's spoken about that it's a problem, but he hasn't shown how he's going to correct the problem. In relation to the civil, he blamed the civil servants because even though I'm trying to quote unquote nice them up, because I'm giving them a tax, not a tax break, but an increase in salary, he's failed to identify how exactly he's going to increase their productivity. Money alone is not the only reason why civil servants are not productive. There's a lot of red tape and law that are there, and there needs to be a lot of legislative reform to help the civil servants do their work. Um, yeah, I'm thoroughly. I thought it was like a never-ending record, like it just wouldn't stop, and it just kept going and going and going.
Mhm.
So I felt the pain of the members from the opposition in being on their phones during his presentation.
Is it that they were on their phone to in a sense say, you know what, the same way you walk out on us, we're going to demonstrate by being on our phone. Do you think it's that, Christopher Henry?
It could be that because they made a statement by entering together. They entered together and they entered while the speaker was making her opening remarks.
Yes.
So that could be a statement as well, and completely just being there, but showing that they are above the fray, and that we are not the same, which is the mantra that we have been pushing, that we are not the same, that we respect the people's work and we respect the budget debate, and we will listen, we will be there for the prime minister to speak. We are not going to walk out on him like he did to our leader.
Christopher Henry, you're in the walls of the parliament on Tuesday when
Yes,
the opposition leader was giving his speech. What
yes.
happened? Because I saw a video of you standing outside the parliament with the opposition leader. Your views and all of that, because you were there. I mean, how do you feel to know that apart from your party leader, you're a Jamaican by birth? How did you feel that your prime minister walk out on the people of Jamaica, walk off the job?
Well, before I even get to that, I just want to point out that two of the projects that he's announced were approved from 2015. Crane Road Beach Park in St. Elizabeth was
Yes.
approved in 2015 by NEPA and the National Resources Conservation Authority (NRCA).
Mm-hmm.
And Great Bay in St. Elizabeth was also approved from 2015 when we were in government. Okay, let me go now to the walkout.
Yeah.
I was inside the chamber as well in the gallery, as you imagine. One day I will be down we're going to change the color of the seat, them in
Yes.
the green seats.
No, to
Um,
orange.
no, we're not going so far, but we don't like the green. But and when the leader of the opposition started to say that he's uncomfortable with the thing, I saw Andrew. At first, he flashed it off, and it seemed as if he was just going to let it go and allow the leader of the opposition to just finish, because he was nearly finished. He was wrapping up, and it was Desmond Mackenzie that began to the noise and began to go and the carried on. And I don't know, and I'm going to go on record and say this. I don't know if it was planned that after this thing started, that is when the prime minister started to get angry and started to pick up his bag and started to walk out, grit his teeth and said low and desperate, called the leader of the opposition, and walked out, and the entire government, except for Babsy Grange, walked out with him.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in awe at the entire display because, as MG rightfully said, I think this is the first time in independent Jamaica that this has ever happened in a budget debate. So MG was left with no choice, and I don't think the Prime Minister has realized the ground that he ceded to Mark Golding with that walkout, because not only was he able to, the parliament had to be dissolved because there's not enough quorum. There was no quorum, because even if all our members were there, you still need somebody from the government benches to sit and stay. All of them had gone, inclusive of Babsy, and not inclusive of the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Mark was able now to go to the people, like what we did in the 80s when we had the People's Parliament, and finish giving his speech at the corner there of Duke Street and Beeston Street. And then after that, no, he was able to call a press conference and speak to his concerns, and get a whole heap of airtime and PR out of this entire situation that the government, as somebody said, the government did an unforced error. So I was very glad that Mark Golding and the People's National Party stood their ground, finished the speech, explained the issue that they were having with the Speaker of the House, as well as did a brilliant presentation even before that. It was so brilliant, as I said, it was so brilliant that the government had to walk out. You know?
Mm.
So I feel very good. I feel very proud. And today, what was even more interesting was that the all of the members of the opposition were present
Yeah.
today, every last one, and stood
Let,
in
let,
silence, sat in silence. But let me, I see you coming in, Jeffrey. So let
yeah,
me.
let us listen to what happened in the well of the parliament yesterday by the opposition leader and the Prime Minister of Jamaica while they walked out.
Out of government MPs over criticisms of his wife and MP Juliet Holness being Speaker of the House of Representatives. The opposition had supported Mrs. Holness's nomination as Speaker.
The Speaker is intended to be independent and must act independently of the government today. That is the tradition. That is the tradition.
And the opposition leader says it.
Before he's low and desperate.
Yes.
I want you to comment on that. Being that you're in the parliament, how was the reaction of people in the gallery when the Prime Minister said that?
The gallery was wondering how we reach yourself. How we reach low and desperate. I was trying to figure out why he's calling him low and desperate. Because it was not the commentary and the I call it big stone, because clearly it was a big stone. The commentary and the big stone was not for Simplicity, the Prime Minister's wife. It was a commentary on the behavior and the modus operandi of the Speaker of the House. It is nothing, has nothing, and still has nothing to do with her gender. So we were shocked and then what that walkout did, and his reaction proved to us the entire thing that everybody has been saying, that there's a conflict of interest and there is a problem. Because if I am able to get under your skin, we're not talking about your wife, Simplicity. We're not insulting her in any way, her ability. We are talking about her actions as Speaker of the House, and that there's a conflict between yourself and the person you share your bed with. And it would be the same. It would be the same if Andrew was the Speaker and Juliet was Prime Minister. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Let's listen to this.
In this country, the population approached the budget season.
Oh Lord, I think they gave me the wrong one. But anyway, continue because they gave me the wrong one. I want to ask Sabrina. Sabrina, your views on what happened in the parliament yesterday. When you heard opposition leaders speak, because I know you have to go anytime soon because you have your exams to do. But your views before you go. Do you believe that the opposition leader was sexist?
I don't believe that he was sexist. I think he was making a valid point when it comes to the principle of our democracy and how we think our democracy should look as Jamaicans. I mean, it is a very evident conflict in interest. I mean, the blind could see that something is definitely not principled. What I would have questioned though is probably the timing and the circumstance surrounding when it was said and how it was said, probably. But I don't think it was disrespectful, neither was it sexist. I think all members in the parliament actually respect her position as House Speaker, but the fact that there were some concerns about, tabling reports in parliament and just having her as a figure, knowing that she's also the prime minister's wife, would have had some concerns. And I think it's within the responsibility of the opposition to share whatever they oppose. I mean, that's the position that they have currently, to share with the Jamaican people their concerns and to hear from persons who support the party the concerns as well. I think as the opposition leader, it's in his right to also share what other persons would have shared to him as a collective concern as well. I'm sure that other persons in the party have that concern, and I feel like it was within his right. I feel like it was very disrespectful for the prime minister to just walk out and kind of prove that it is also a conflict in interest, because if it wasn't, he could have sat there comfortably and understood what was happening. So it
Garfield
just
Reid.
reinforced the point that it is a conflict in interest.
It's
And
it really, that whole walkout really drove home the point to all of us that it's a serious conflict, and the fact that he is able to be unable to take any sort of criticism in relation to this shows that she should not be the speaker. Because even today again now he starts the speech and completely again missing the point, talking about his wife, independent woman, the self-made woman. Okay, yes, that's wonderful. But that still does not take away from the fact that there's a conflict of interest with your wife being the head, the Speaker of the House, the head of the Parliament, and you being the head of the executive branch and the government.
And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister is saying that his wife is an independent woman and a strong woman. Why can't he say to the Speaker of the House, you need to table the Integrity Commission report?
Yeah. You see, that is the next thing too, because it seems as if the report has been sent from, I think, January of this year. I'm open
Yes.
to correction.
I'm going to
January.
find it because it's on the Facebook page of the leader of the opposition. That's where I found it.
Right, from January
Continue.
of this year, and to date is like we can't get it.
Garfield
And
Reid?
Yes, sir. Hey, you know, talk about sexist and something that the prime minister said, and I hope fully the media will pick up on it when he talk about ideas, and he mentioned
Baby father.
he turned and he looked behind him, and he mentioned that he's the best baby father to implement ideas.
oh, that one, yes. So about the good ideas, just give them. Anytime you have good ideas, that side you must just
Right.
give me. And the implementer, basically, yes.
Best baby father to do that. I mean, in the Jamaican society, I think the prime minister could have used the word as a best husband, because he can husband an idea.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe he's telling the Jamaican people something. What's wrong with you, Garfield?
Well, I don't know what he's telling.
You know, I'm not troubling that one, you know. I'm not troubling that one.
I am not. But what I'm saying is this. The camera was spun on the wife and the Speaker of the House, and she chuckled and she shake her head.
You know, in addition to that, you know, when he was heaping the praises on her, there wasn't a big smile on her face.
No, not at all. She was
But-
a bit, you know.
Exactly. So
She looked, in fact, she looked quite uncomfortable.
most definitely, and
Yes.
that's what I picked up from it. So I hopefully the media will take up this and elaborate more on it.
I would hope so too.
Right, because that would be,
Hold on there for me, Garfield. Hold on there for me. Sabrina, I want to say thank you for coming on because I know you have to go. Sabrina? Oh, Lord. Garfield, go ahead.
yeah, man. So basically, I hope that's something that left to be explained, because the Prime Minister even said, I don't know how you guys going to take this in, and I should not say this, but let me go ahead and use the phrase. So basically, he already know this is not a tasteful argument, a tasteful phrase to use. So basically, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. So when he's going to talk in defense of his wife, he has to be mindful, but I think a lot of us are not mindful. It's just what suits our agenda. But something I want to say outside of that, and I'm not getting off the track here, gentlemen, is that is a hoodwink. Is a thought come to mind when the finance minister says,
maybe you can give that thought to the prime minister. Come to think of it, go ahead.
no, I'm not Jeffery Tavares. Everyone listen to me. Okay.
I beg your pardon.
Our learned attorney Christopher Henry. You know, I'm not.
No, I'm worse. Won't listen to me because, but anyway, maybe not even bother said
Okay.
that.
But listen to something that I've not heard nobody talk about this in the media. When come April or June, I think it's April, he's going to implement it that all arriving passengers now will able to get $1,000 duty free in. But think about this, Jeffrey and Christopher. That's an hoodwink argument, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yes.
Spirit Airline
Mm-hmm.
allow you £40.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid where this is going. I'm afraid where it's going.
Go ahead, man. Let our viewers and everybody know about it, because when you come back, we're going to speak about, because I found it, the 2 Auditor General report sent to the Parliament have not been tabled. We're going to speak about that. But continue what you're saying, Garfield Reid.
Spirit Airline allot you £40, right?
Correct.
And JetBlue allot you £50.
Yeah.
Right? Normally, when a woman, just use a woman, a lady, and her daughters are traveling, when they pack their suitcase with their own personal items, that's £40. Okay? So, this $1,000 arriving argument doesn't make any sense. Because people today have to pay $75 or an extra $40 to pay for an extra bag. And if you have one bag already, you may have to pay like $75 or $80 for the second bag. So what people tends to do, they tends to pack everything in that one bag and then tends to use the money while they are in Jamaica to give it to friends or family or to purchase stuff what they may want to give away. Because gone are the days, people don't buy grocery anymore. And if you realize it now, the Prime Minister and Nigel Clark did not tell you you could take that allowance to the seaport. And that is where the bulk of the goods come in. So these are some hoodwink arguments. And again, I don't hear anybody is digging into these arguments. Because the truth of the matter, the mass of the people of Jamaica will never arrive in the island because it's a minute set travels. You understand? So again, Jeffrey, these are the things that need to be explored. I mean, and I ask people this. When you look at airline travel today, at the taxes that you pay to use the Norman Manley or the Donald Sangster Airport departing, chances are when you go into Norman Manley or Donald Sangster, the AC don't work. So, and then you are paying for airport usage. The other thing, again, the concessions at the airport that you are paying for.
Yes.
You understand? And a lot of people don't stop to realize that the concessions are going up. And these are the shortfalls. These are the things that the government is using to make up the shortfalls. You understand? So when they look at the petroleum, the gas, the taxes on the petroleum is going up. People who drive their car, they only look at the number and the sign say $200 per liter or $100 per gallon.
We reached 200 long time.
Well, what? No, I'm saying, Christopher, but what I'm saying, they are looking at the breakdown of how much is going, how much taxes is being added to that. You understand? So when you talk about no new taxes, there is no new taxes add on to GCT. But the hidden fees are where the taxes are coming on. And I beg of people, look at your airline ticket and look at the cost that you pay to the Jamaican government. Make a comparison.
Yes.
And you will see the difference. And those are the shortfalls. When you go to Jamaica, you rent a car. Look at the charges that has been charged at the airport. It is cheaper to rent a car from any rental car agencies outside of the airport than rent at the airport for convenience. You know what I mean? So when you talk about tourism arrival, which is good, that is why the Prime Minister could look to Adam Bartlett and say tourism arrival is up, because that is where the coffers are coming from. Another argument, he talk about a hotel. How many hundreds of people work at an hotel? At an all-inclusive resort? That the hotel is going to partner with the government to build a house for a key employee. Jeffrey, gentlemen, how many key employees work at any particular hotel? Hundreds. You understand? Hundreds. So these are the things that are flying over people's head.
Yes, and also I want to touch on something here that I just see coming to my phone here. I don't know if Christopher Henry is doing some research there. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced that a national minimum wage is to be increased from 13,000 to 15,000 for a 40 work hour week. The minimum wage increase.
Yes, I saw it. Remember, I said it earlier.
To move from 14,000 to 15,000 per week. Is this man right?
No, he's not. It's like gonna not understand. He's not.
What on earth can $15,000 do in this dying time and age in Jamaica?
Thank you.
Christopher Henry.
Thank you. The solution is not, but them know an election coming. But the solution is not to increase the minimum wage. The solution is to increase the productivity and increase the skills and the training of the Jamaican workers so that they can be stopped being low-paying jobs. So every time you keep moving the minimum wage, yes, okay, you increase it for the poor, for the low wage earners, fine, but you're condemning them to continue the vicious cycle of these low productivity, low tech jobs that are predominating our employment sector. Julian Robinson spoke about it. They are dominating the sector, so they're bragging and boasting that they have the lowest unemployment rate. Yes, but it's low paying jobs. We can't go nowhere with that. Cannot go anywhere with that.
$15,000.
$15,000.
When I open up the phone,
and then you think about the thing there, the various prices that go up probably every 2 weeks because of the high inflation. By the time I look, the thing is gone after $15,000. I feel bad, for example, if people in my constituency, because as you know, Jeffrey, I'm running for a seat.
Yes.
When people them ask me for little help, I'm find it. I feel bad if it's less than 10,000. You know? And you just say it's 15,000. And then me still have to go push car at a supermarket, and me still have to go do this and do that and pay NWC and JPS.
Christopher Henry, you're in Jamaica. I want to ask you a question. When you go to the supermarket, forget about that you're a lawyer. When you go to the supermarket and you take $15,000, what can $15,000 buy in Jamaica now?
Let's think about it. Because you remember when we were in government, he used to bring a basket to the parliament.
And I'm surprised he hasn't bring a basket.
Stop with the basket now. Him start to I'm going to use a phrase you love to use him, because him start to hang out with the Vumva Van, the Vumva V. right? Him stop with the basket, him start put up graphic and art and chart and whatever. And then none of we can understand the graphic and the art and the chart, right?
Mm.
When him used to put that basket up, he used to see bread, tin mackerel, cornmeal. What else used to be in that basket? Flour, rice. And an interesting phenomenon I learned about while working at one of the major law firms that were downtown.
And he had
That you can
toilet
get
paper
a,
in there too.
huh?
And he had toilet paper in there too.
Right, toilet paper. You can get a squeeze of toothpaste. $15,000 today. You can buy the bread, you can buy the tin mackerel, but you can't buy the tin mackerel for last you for the entire month because that's what you're usually supposed to do. The supermarket run supposed to stock up your pantry and your fridge so that you can go until payday again. That's all.
Yeah.
You can buy the bread, you can buy the tin mackerel, not a month supply, maybe at least a week or so. You can buy the rice, you can buy the flour, and you can buy the toilet paper. That not sound very balanced to me.
No.
Because remember as well, Jamaicans
Out of that $15,000, you know, Mr. Henry. Yeah,
have to pay JPS and water commission.
I have to pay a rent.
I have to pay the rent, man. And guess what? You hear the joke? The $15,000 might be just the rent. So may not even reach a supermarket and a basket yet.
Dear God in heaven. Garfield Reid.
And this man is going to go and like him do something revolutionary.
I mean, the 50, you know, the $15,000 is less than 100 US dollars because the dollar you get some shavings, right? And to me, and I would say the minimum wage should be at a minimum of about 20,000.
Here.
Minimum.
No, but then not even so much so. Not even so much so. Notice that we're not talking about no minimum wage. We are talking about a livable wage.
Livable wage. Correct. Yeah.
So, Mr. Henry, what is a livable wage for the People's National Party?
At current inflationary rates, 20,000 is not far off.
Okay.
So
basically, to be honest, nobody can survive in no society on a minimum wage. He or she will have to retool his or herself. But the thing I want to mention to talk about retooling, he mentioned art. The truth of the matter, the Prime Minister is being disingenuous, and anybody who would agree with this is just disingenuous himself.
Well, you know who would agree with it. I won't call any name.
Correct. Art doesn't have the capacity to train every unemployed youth or man and woman in Jamaica.
But not only that, Garfield Reid. When you go to Heart, I know the producer for this program here, the person who organized this program from day one, and I will call name Owen Brown, went to Heart from Wapikil, Philip, and Owen can't get his certificate.
But not only that though, but that is just a certificate. At least Owen Brown may have gained.
Yeah, but at least you need it to show people that you got something.
Yes, but what I'm saying here, and please, Christopher, tell me if I'm wrong. Art doesn't have the capacity to train.
I'm glad somebody said it.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody said it.
So when you have the Prime Minister touting Heart, and keep in mind, art, not everybody is at the same capacity mentally to enter the institution of art. Okay? Yeah. Not everybody. So basically, I would want to hear the Prime Minister say, let us get back to the vocational schools like the Kingston Technical, the Dunoon, the St. Andrew Technicals in the corporate area, wherever in Jamaica. And I remember when you're in your 20s, you could have gone to regular school at Kingston Technical at Hanover Street and learn. And then you could go back to the secondary schools. And while people who can't get to art, they can go to these secondary schools and technical schools at night or evening or weekend. Because when you have a teacher that teaches at a Kingston Technical, and no teacher today who teaching a vocational subject is probably going to work 10 hours for the day or 8 hours, because it's not everybody taking the same subject or the same discipline. So you ask these teachers to do an extra 2 hours in the evening so you can accommodate the youth within that central Kingston zone. So the youth now have to leave from central Kingston and go to Marcus Garvey Drive at the Garmex or what doesn't offer technical drawing or computer science or woodwork or mechanic. The German School on Maxfield Avenue cannot accommodate every youth in Jamaica that want to study auto mechanic.
So hold on. Watch out now. I'm going through another spin in there too. You're talking about you're expanding your skills training. But yet still the root of the entire education system is in shambles. Early childhood education, them can barely read or write.
Correct. There you go. Look at that. So when you come and talk about pull up your bootstrap,
Yeah.
if you don't know how to pull up your bootstrap for lace the boot, you can't pull it up. So you have to start from somewhere. You understand? I can remember I went to Alpha Primary. I went to Alpha Infant. And Alpha Infant was a feeder school for Alpha Primary.
Mhm.
These are the things that we have to go back to. You understand? Early childhood education. You understand? What we have in Jamaica is a lot of basic schools. And a lot of these basic schools are undermanned. You don't have enough students in certain rural community to go to a basic schools. For example, a place named like Bible Portland. That's in Darrell Vars constituency.
Yes.
There used to be a basic school in Bybrook. It's no longer because, again, we have to look at the situation where the rate of mothers having kids is really down. And people are not staying into these rural communities anymore. But you will have 1 and 2 kids in the community that have to travel miles away to Buff Bay to go to a basic school. So why not? We have in these same communities, we have retired teachers. Why not organize, get some of these retired teachers who are well learned, and a few kids are there, and get them to do. But again, we need the kids to associate on a larger
But
scale.
Garfield Reid, hold on a minute there. Retired teachers, they're retired. And you know why they're retired too? They are not being paid properly, Garfield Reid.
Well, that is true. But
So do you expect that they're gonna come back into a system that has not served them well, sir?
But that is what I'm saying. The government has to engage these people. We have to rely on the professional. We have to find to bring back these people into the fold. He talks about exploitation of the brain. People are leaving Jamaica after being trained. But you have to make it more attractive in Jamaica to retain the brain in Jamaica. So that is what I'm saying. But you see, we don't talk about these things. When we talk about the rural community, we talk about water, light.
Yes, that is the only thing we talk about. We're not talking about trying to educate them and trying to tell them, even though we're educating them, trying to tell them, say, look here, contribute to the productivity of our nation. Start a little farm. You don't have the space, you don't have the land. It's not like the urban picnic them where I run up and down a concrete jungle.
Correct.
Right?
We don't.
And them you have to focus on with the skills training for Make sure they can read and write and skills training. Make the rural children, encourage them to farm.
But hold on there.
Not doing that.
But hold on there. Encourage them to farm is one Christopher Henry. But when the government gonna give a parliamentarian and one of them big shot people from the Vumvava and the Vumvavi a license to carry an onion, how do you expect these young people?
Me never ready to touch that one yet, you know.
And but before we go there, let's go over this thing here. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced that the national minimum wage to be increased from 13,000 to 15,000 for a 40-hour week. The minimum wage for industrial security guards to move from 14,000 to 15,000 per week. What on earth can 15,000 buy in today's Jamaica?
Nothing.
Go back to the farming thing now. If we're pushing for young people to go into farming, and at the same time the government are granting license for people to bring in stuff, what do you expect gonna happen? Christopher Henry and Garfield Reid?
Well, if you can recall, the opposition leader mentioned the WTO that the Nigel Clark, the finance minister, says that Jamaica will be marginalized and penalized because of this body, and the prime minister didn't touch it. So there's another hoodwink argument. Because you see, the thing is, Christopher, and I'm glad you are running for a seat, and I am of this opinion, Christopher. The problem that we are having in Jamaica, we have too much lobbyists in Jamaica, you know. Because
we're saying we're turning like America, we're turning like
and I don't hear nobody talk about this. The lobbyists are in Jamaica. What the lobbyist job is to bring an idea to the government that he or she can make money from it, and the government will implement it because things are promised. The lobbyists, we have too much agents of the state. Well, we have too much lobbyists in Jamaica. And that is what kills it, because what you do find right here in South Florida, Jeffrey, in places like Atlanta, Georgia, into these meat corn, I would say where like up in North Vermont, where the meat shops are. And when them have the food and them are go bulk it and them can't use it, they use this place like the third world country like Jamaica, developing countries, to dump these stuff off. And these people are buying these goods for penny and the dollars. And they are getting it into Jamaica under some serious tariff, no tariff whatsoever, serious tax break, and they are making billions and billions on it. Are you aware? And this is something that I just recently, I was at the airport. Are you aware in Jamaica, chicken parts is much more accessible than a whole chicken?
Yep.
We're talking about hello.
No. Jeffrey said a long time that I go on.
Why are you beautifying the word chicken back?
No, Jeffrey, it's not chicken back, it's chicken parts. It consists of different parts of the chicken. But these chicken parts, Jeffrey, is when them cut the breasts and the wing in America, they don't want to use the back and the back and the rest of them. So they send it outside because they are using in their gourmet restaurants. That's what they do. So these are things that are coming into Jamaica cheap. Penny and the dollars. Penny and the dollars.
One set of man make money alone, like for example, certain MP from St. Thomas who making I think a ship I forgot take fee money if you bring it in.
Exactly. So when you have these people bringing these things
and destroying even very clients that I have, destroying their livelihood because they used to be the onion farmers down there in St. Thomas.
Exactly. And that it is peas, red peas, Jeffrey. That is imported in Jamaica by the trail alone.
What I was shocked was when I see my grandmother was in New York for a very long time, so she used to a Goya. And when I see her one time, she come from a certain Barbican supermarket, and I'm going to call its name. And she come with the bag of Goya. I said, where you go with that? Why am to the local red peas? I see the Goya, so me buy it. I said, what you mean you see the Goya? What?
Guys in Jamaica.
Goya is in Jamaica.
Okay, I will give
And that is to show you. That is to show you that the government of the day and Christopher Henry, we must be fair, you know.
Hmm.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen under this administration only.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm not saying you're wrong, Jeffrey. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I am saying is at least you know, remember I think not last year budget but the year before
Yes.
Mark talk about cushion the crisis.
Yes.
The administration that kind of did fly the gate with certain things, there was a certain amount of cushioning.
Oh.
There was some cushioning from our side because, for example, notice is just now Nigeria removed the GCT and imported raw vegetables. So there were certain little things that were done to, as much as the gate fly and these imported things are coming in, there are certain mechanisms, that's the perfect word,
So let me
mechanisms that were in place to protect the local market to an
let me
extent.
ask you.
I'm not saying we're without sin. You see, me can admit it. We're not
Yes.
saying we're without
So let
sin.
me ask you a question now. You are running for a future MP seat.
Yes.
When you get in, because I know you're gonna get in, is the People's National Party gonna have something in place to cushion the farmers of St. Elizabeth and other part of the country? That people don't get licensed to bring in sweet potato and Irish potato and peas. That's stupidness.
I can assure you that the sole mission of the People's National Party is to protect, in terms of trade, is to protect our local markets and to benefit from the trade agreements that we've entered into with our CARICOM neighbors, and not to have it just one-sided with the big boys like the United States, the United Kingdom, and the other quote-unquote foreign countries. Yes. I had a very interesting meeting with the High Commissioner of South Africa as well as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Sorry, is Mario Mitchell from down Manchester, so must lock the date for him conference. Anyway, yeah. Had a very interesting meeting with the High Commissioner from South Africa and the Foreign Affairs Minister. She gave a very good speech today.
You mean Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister?
No. She don't want to see neither me nor my senior. Anyway, the South African Foreign Affairs Minister. And a good point was raised that we need to increase our trade with South Africa and the African continent on a whole. We have, it seems we've been very, and it's a legacy of colonialism. We've focused on the north and those up north, but we haven't focused on all the friends that we have in the quote unquote south. For example, a South Africa, a Nambia, a Ghana, even CARICOM, we don't focus on that well. So I see our.
Well, this administration don't like CARICOM, you know.
And I'm going to tell you something.
I'm not even going down that road today.
No, we need to Christopher, but let us talk about CARICOM.
Yeah, because you are the junior opposition spokesperson on foreign affairs.
But listen to this. Look at our neighbors in the Bahamas. In the Cayman, well, the Bahamas. Let me talk for the Bahamas because I was recently there. And you have so much Jamaicans in the Bahamas behaving, and Bahamas produce nothing for themselves.
Not one thing.
Nothing for themselves. And I will
just like the Cayman Islands.
No, let's just think about the Bahamas. I can't talk about the Cayman because I've only passed on a cruise ship there. But I'm
talking because I lived there for many years.
Good. Let me say this to you. If you go into a gas station in the Bahamas, you have no Jamaican product on the shelf.
Nope.
None whatsoever.
Nope.
And everything the Bahamas buy comes from Miami.
Hmm.
Okay, comes from
Yeah.
Miami. And you want to tell me we CARICOM cannot open a trade agreement? The Jamaican government cannot open up an agreement with the Bahamas to literally export the Jamaican product, the commodities, to the Bahamas, and the Jamaicans in the Bahamas come to Miami to buy their goods and bring it back home.
And you know what is the worst part? The worst part is we've been doing that for years. Even when we had various manufacturing blocks here in Jamaica, Jamaicans were famous. Here, Jamaica, famous the big crocus bag. Them a go on the plane,
Yes.
full of things from Costco. I have a relative, and she used it as a bragging point. Love her to death, though, but she used it as a bragging point. She feels, say, for example, that time them was who them was. You feel, say, boy, them not like the Pampers out of Jamaica, yeah. Like them take a weekend, go up to Miami and buy the Pampers and come back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can do much better. That is more foreign exchange earnings back to the country. But these are the avenues that the government need to explore, because these are low hanging fruits, really low hanging fruits. Because when you look, and these are countries with good GDP, we're talking about the median income over the Bahamas is about $17,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, you understand?
Exactly.
Medium income. So we can utilize this. Another thing that the government of Jamaica, if we were to tool and train people well, you can export your labor to these smaller Caribbean islands, because they need the help, they need the support. If you go to Bahamas and you go into the shipyard, the dry dock, majority of the workers there are Jamaican welders.
Not only that, and because of the space that our law school lacks now, a lot of the Jamaican students who want to do law are going to the Bahamas to do the law, the final 2 years for the law course.
And why is that so?
There is a very large desire to do law. I'm actually very encouraged by it. Our law school has reached its capacity really,
Oh Lord.
and there are a number of them who are going to the Bahamas, who, because that law school was established. It was one of the latest 3 major law schools: Bahamas, Trinidad, Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and it's under the Council of Legal Education, which is another CARICOM sort of organization. And the Bahamas is the latest established one, and the more northern islands or outside of Jamaica go up there. And the Bahamians, they're not using it to its full capacity, but the Jamaicans are up there. So there are a number, I see what Garfield is saying, there are a number of Jamaicans in the Bahamas, and we are not tapping into that market at all.
But when you look at it, if they can give license for a person to bring in the good old sensimania, the ganja, and I keep on saying, you know, where were these people when people of St. Elizabeth, people of Negril, people of Orange Hill, people of wherever, dirty up their hands to plant the ganja? And now the government have the audacity to be setting up some committee, and former politician heads the committee and all those things. But back to what we were talking about with the Prime Minister and his speech.
By the way, interestingly, little foreign affairs, the foreign affairs minister from South Africa spoke of her move in hold on, but let me see, before I misquote myself. Right. Right. and Pandora spoke about South Africa's history and why they are in solidarity with Palestine. Because as you know, they brought Israel to the International Court of Justice
Yes.
and successfully won. Everybody applauded and said, because what I understand Pandora and the South Africans to be saying is that the whole apartheid system was clearly applied by Israel to Palestine and in genocide, etc. So they have to stand in solidarity with Palestine, right? Apparently, everybody in the room applauded. It was up UWI. There was a seminar. Everybody applauded when she spoke and vocalized, including the diplomats of the various countries. And Kamina just sat down there and stared.
I beg your pardon?
She just sat down there and stared.
So in other words, she's not in agreement.
This
with
is the same
genocide.
lady. This is the
Huh?
same lady. I don't know if you saw my tweet that I told her that it was tone deaf. This was the same lady that has accepted the letters of credence from the Israeli ambassador just last week in the midst of all what is going on.
So Jamaica, let us talk about that. Jamaica is endorsing genocide.
All right.
The Jamaican government is endorsing genocide.
Okay.
And that is why we, the people of this country, must understand something. That when we come on this platform and speak, we're not speaking because we want to carry down a government. When you have a government who continue to breach the fundamental human rights of the Jamaican people, when you have a DPP who end up taking a tainted jury for a case, what I show you, and when you have a government who refuse to cut diplomatical tie with Israel, what do you think? And now, when you see what is going on?
Listen, our foreign affairs. We have, well, the last time we went into power, I vividly remember the stories. I was a young man, very young man then, so a story me get. When Portia and Peter Phillips had to go to the Congressional Black Caucus and beg for us to get funds for our funding. And it was realized how destructive their foreign policy can be, because it seemed as if we had basically handed the running of our financials to the IMF and certain powers that be. And it's just so shocking that history is repeating itself. Our respect in the international community is as if, yes, we are in the United States backyard, but that don't mean say we take up the United States brain too. That don't mean to tell we say Washington dictates what happens down at Port Royal Street.
One thing I know, Garfield Reid and Christopher Henry. I'm not a member of any political party, but one thing that I can tell anybody, if the People's National Party wins state power, I would advise Mr. Mark Golin to call on Ambassador Luma Samba for her to go around and mend Jamaica's diplomatical row that is going on. Because what is going on now, Jamaica has no respect on the international scene. We have lost every respect. People don't respect us anymore.
No.
People don't respect us anymore at all. Even with CARICOM, nobody respect us anymore. So I would advise them. I would advise Mr. Golden, if he should win state power tomorrow morning, same when Barack Obama had called on Hillary Clinton to try and mend America's diplomacy around the world. We have to do something like that.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're going to take some calls and then we're going to wrap up because tomorrow's another day, and I know Mr. Henry.
Well,
Anyway.
I myself have another a full day ahead of me, you know, so I mean,
No, you're lucky. Garfield him not tell me. Well, I know him lucky. Him not tell me say me have to go socialize with the Vumvava and the Vumvavi.
Well, that's what I was going to say, but I go hold it back.
yeah, man. But it was.
If love cause me, say me always they always me at a time fee again, and I play Vumvava and Vumvavi. Me there.
May I tell you, you and my good friend Gabby.
Ah, God.
Yeah, man. But you know, but in my closing thoughts, I mean, I didn't hear the Prime Minister touch anything on health for the age population, you know, and I didn't hear the Prime Minister touch anything on crime. I mean, he talk about crime, but what about the domestic crime? The crime intervention methods. He never dig deep into these things, you know, that really affecting people's life day by day. I mean,
it's funny. It's funny that you said that, Garfield, because I got to see. Hold on, I see a call coming in. Let me be quiet.
Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Tavares.
Turn off your TV or something in the background.
Hello?
Turn off your TV or what you have in the background, please.
Yes, sir.
Turn off your TV in the background, please, sir.
Yes, Mr. Tavares. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I am disappointed with the Prime Minister at his budget speech. He does not apologize to the country, the leader of the opposition. That's very insult to the people of Jamaica and walk out of Parliament. Are you not surprised with that, Mr. Tavares?
Listen to me. I don't expect any better from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, you know. He acts like a dictator. And to him, the Jamaican people are beneath him, sir.
The man never apologized to the country. Eh? No, sir. That uncalled for.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica has no regard for the Jamaican people, sir.
That uncalled for. The man, 30 months and do, apologize to his mother. Come on, in Parliament now.
Yeah, but
that's the first thing he should do. He should apologize to his mother.
Apologize to his mother for what?
The country. For walking out. No, but the mother who was in Parliament represent the woman has gone to him.
No, but when he walked out of the Parliament, the mother wasn't in there.
No, but the mother knows he should apologize with the mother, to the country, and to the opposition. That means I don't respect his mother now. Bring his mother there and apologize for his action. That means I respect his mother. He's a con man. He's a con man that he's a liar. He's a con man that in DNA.
One thing I can
Thank you for your words.
Thank you
for your work, sir.
Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for calling. One thing I can say is this. Thank you, caller, for calling in. One thing I can say is this. Do not expect anything better from the Jamaican Prime Minister.
No. There's nothing more to do.
Hello, good night. Welcome to the Make a Talk program.
Yeah, Jeffrey, blessed love, man.
How you doing?
Yeah, you hear me?
Loud and clear from the Grill Point tomorrow and Prime Minister, very Parliament hearing you.
Yes, Jeffrey, you know, I'm saying, Jeffrey, you know, with the 80 crisis, when I hear him say anything about it, because them basically them say him are the man who will sort out the multi-force to help the people at 80. So when I hear nothing, and the situation is so bad that 80 now that the Americans are taking out their people in helicopters.
Let me say something to you.
So,
let me say something to you.
Let
me say something to you.
Yeah.
The Jamaican Prime Minister can't help the Jamaican people when they come on to crime. I hate you no help.
You know, say there's a problem there, but
what I'm saying to you know, they're getting a multi-force. That means they're getting he's getting people from different places.
But you know, that is,
So
you know, Carl,
about it again. So who are going to really help the people in there because they're in a terrible situation.
But listen,
And
hold on there for me, sir.
and Haiti is not a country, Jamaica. Eh?
Hold on for me. The people of Haiti is saying
Yeah.
that they need no outside help. What they need is for the Haitian people to help themselves. Okay, hold on a minute there. The
Okay.
Jamaican Prime Minister hasn't had a forum about the security problem in Jamaica. But he has a forum. He accommodate CARICOM into Jamaica to try and help Haiti. I agree, help Haiti, yes. But
Yeah.
Jamaica can help itself.
Well, he might go come up with some solution because
Him who?
is either he must tell the people himself can't do it
Him who?
or while leaving it and not saying nothing about it.
Sir, hold on there. Who must come with some solution? The Prime Minister of Jamaica?
No, I'm not saying he's the one who behind it say is he might come up with a multi-force now for help the people. But as you said, the people in Haiti saying that Haiti have to solve their own problem. They don't want, because what America did before and the United Nations, they don't want these people.
But sir.
So him no, yeah.
Him who?
No, him Andrew Wallace. No. Seems to have that burden because it seems like America must be telling him something what to do. Because they're the one who's gonna fund him to do it.
Fund who? I think
Andrew Wallace.
Hold on there. No. Hold on a minute. I think you are getting this thing wrong, you know. The American government pledged $300 million. Christopher Henry can help me with this.
Yes,
$300 million to help Kenya and CARICOM countries who want to help Haiti. Not Jamaica alone, sir. Am I right?
Okay.
You are correct.
Okay.
It was 330 million because they put on some additional funding when they came to Jamaica the last time for that summit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, naturally, because I thought Andrew Wallace was like, for the CARICOM attack, he was the main person.
No.
He was the one.
The chairman for CARICOM is Guyana's president, Dr. Ali.
Yeah.
Ali, yeah.
Yes. You know that.
So Andrew can't help nobody.
So
can Andrew help Jamaica security crisis?
No, man, in Ministry of National Security asleep.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying because I know that them have him up front to play a certain role. So that's why I'm trying to find out.
No, we say what the meeting was the last time was a CARICOM initiative, and because Jamaica's proximity, and he highlighted it. I give him credit for that. He highlighted that because of Jamaica's proximity, it was good to have the meeting there. But the people of Haiti say, look here, I can't tell we how to run for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And what I agree with, right, what I agree with the Haitians with as well is that Kamina claims said there were Haitians that were here representative, but the Haitian them said nobody never did it for them. So how CARICOM go and tell them what go on?
Hold on there. What I get to understand from good sources, that there was six politicians from Haiti who was on Zoom calls and they couldn't leave Haiti. That's what I get to understand from good sources. That there were 6 Haitian politicians on a Zoom call at the conference that they had. With Secretary Anthony Blinken.
It's true. Some people from Haiti was on the line, which was live on the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody didn't see anybody, sir.
No, we hear it. We hear some people talking. Remember, some people, they was connect with some other people online that was speaking to them.
Yeah, they were speaking to Justin Trudeau of Canada, and another person, sir. But none of the Haitian delegation who was online, they did not speak, sir.
Okay, sorry, sir. Sorry, I thought they did made their voice be heard too. I didn't.
No.
exactly
they
remember
did,
because
they,
a
no,
few
no,
people
hold
I
on for me,
know speak at that
hold
time
on
that
for me, sir.
wasn't live
Sir,
present at that meeting, you know?
what happened, sir, is that the Haitian delegation speak off camera to the people,
Yeah,
to the Secretary of State of the United States and other CARICOM leaders. They did not speak to the press, sir.
yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. But you know, me just try to find out what really happened because the situation bad and as well as we understand, so maybe the gangs them are the one who call the shots that they don't want any outsiders. Maybe the normal people will suffer. Maybe they want somebody to come, but the gangs don't want people to come.
Yeah.
You know, the gangs
That's
are the
what that is really the
don't want to
situation.
come in.
We don't know how much outside influence barbecue wants to have there. Because that's the name of the head gang leader. Shares
Yeah,
barbecue shares.
yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you for coming.
But him remember, Virgin, remember, say him have to come to some agreement because they now get nowhere, Virgin. If just a gang alone, they now get nowhere. To Mr. Aguan, and
But
need to
anything have to,
bring
in
some.
my view, anything have to include the Haitian them. Any plan for Haiti have to include the Haitian. And it have to be a wide cross section. It can't be just 6 people.
All right.
Naturally, because at the meeting, that's what they said. Haiti is gonna responsible to govern their country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I hear Jeffrey want to
And
move to the next call. Yes.
thanks for the understanding, Virgin. Because I never understand it fully, so I have to find out a little more what happened, you know?
That's good,
No
man.
problem, my brother. No problem at all.
So we can be some help for you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
All right, man. Bless up, yeah? Jeffrey, bless up yourself, Virgin.
Yeah, man. Respect you, my brother. Thank you. And thanks for subscribing
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
channel.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. The number to call is 954-529-8030. The opposition spokesperson, junior spokesperson, foreign affairs and foreign trade, not going anywhere tonight because having a drink with the phone with me.
No. It's just with you now after me finish with you. Me go
Not
ahead.
going anywhere tonight.
Hello?
Can you turn off the TV in the background for me, please, sir?
Yeah, man. Me off.
Yes, sir.
You hear me now? You still hearing me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Oh, hold on. Let me shut down my laptop. Let me shut down my laptop. Just give me a second. Oh, hold on. Let me shut down my laptop.
Whenever anybody calls the program, please turn
Yeah,
off
man,
your
you hear me
voice.
now?
Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon. I just want to chime in on the conversation relating to the first part of your thing you had with your two guests. As it relates to the educational system, I think one of your person on your panel was speaking about the trade and kids in the urban area as it relates to technical training. What I know about these kids, 17 to say 21, I don't think they're really interested in that because they are interested in making quick money. And that is a major problem within the school system. And we'd have to come up with some innovative ways to convince them that that is not how things work, or else we are not going to get them to be engaged into anything as it relates to skills training. And they must have, first and foremost, that interest. They have to tell themselves, I want to do it. And that is where I'm having the problem, where people are saying, oh, government should do this, government should do that. If they do not tell themselves that I want it, it will not happen. Everybody wants to drive a car as him leave school. Everybody wants a flask as him leave school. They don't believe in the stages, the different steps around that on that ladder.
And that is where, my friend, I can say we need to correct the problem from its roots, which is the early childhood sort of education. That to show them, look here, we can in this fast life that is being glorified on the and mostly the movies and what you hear about in quote unquote United States is not what you need to be doing, and the glorification, because there is a sort of glorification of scammers, no two doubt about it.
It's not just glorification of scammers. We tend to put scamming at the forefront, but there are people well, I don't know if you want to classify everybody as scammers, but there are people who are making money otherwise, who do not believe that after leaving school they are to go and get a skill. I'm telling you,
just put the entire, of course, yeah, I'm not saying
experience.
no. So we have to, it's a whole cultural shift. We have to get back to basics. We simply have to
Right.
get back to basics.
And the cultural shift
Mm.
is incumbent upon you, me, and everybody in the community.
True.
Yes.
If you notice the voter apathy,
Yes.
that will never change in Jamaica anymore, because gone are the days where young people are dependent on politicians.
There we go.
That is a thing of the past, and it will never come back.
As a future parliamentarian, it's not gone as far as you think. Because
I am telling you, when we, all right, I'm going to declare my hand. I'm a teacher by profession, and when we ask the students in school about JLP and PNP, them ask what we are talking about.
Yeah, I know that part I understand. That part I understand. But I'm saying the young people, the certain young people, they have no qualms in asking you for help with certain things, and for help to, especially the enterprising ones.
Go ahead.
Right, especially the enterprising ones. They don't have a problem with asking you, even if you're not even the MP yet, you're the aspiring MP, for a little help to start up this business or that business. So them no politician when it suit them. You gonna leave me, sir? Wait, hello? Look like I'm frozen. Hello?
It is a gentleman on the corner who may drive a particular vehicle, or who may profile a particular way, or who keep the biggest round robin in the community.
True. I didn't crack up a while ago, so I didn't hear what you said before the round robin.
Right. It is the person who is being glorified is the one who drive the nicest car, keep the biggest round robin, and at the end of it, him have a local treat for the kids in the community. I'm having a day of football.
Six-a-side. Six-a-side.
Those are the ones they know. So, and that is why I am convinced that the voter apathy that we have will never ever change.
Well,
the other issue.
Sir, you have young people nowadays. You have young people nowadays who's asking politicians, look here, if you don't give me some money, I get my vote,
Yep, point blank. Just straight out with it.
Yes, right. Because that culture was created by the politicians. I only see you when it is election time. So if I only see you in election time, that's the only time I can get something from you. Why not capitalize on it? It's natural. It's natural. The other thing I want to point out that I heard. Yes, sir.
Next call coming in, sir. One next call coming in. Thanks for calling in.
All right, no problem. Yeah, man. Bye-bye.
My teacher, take care.
Thank you. We have to be very minimal on the calls, because we have calls coming in. You can the person who was just calling, you can call back now. Good night. Welcome to the Make We Talk.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good night.
I try to call for him, but I try to listen to some of them people and then comment or come in. I mean, I say, me kind of still, my mind still up on the debate this evening. I'm not watching the whole thing. I mean, I say, these are the things where them politicians they always do, Because if you notice how he cut out the other man him thing when coming other day. He walk out of the parliament for him. So in other words, he not get no chance to present himself to the people them where my plan to come with. And some of the things them when we really said this evening, you know, like when you listen to it now, we know it's all politics talk. But it all go back down to him try to mislead the people then. Because if you notice all the statement they want to say, the opposition leader them have ideas, but him can put them into place and he will go ahead and say where they want to get money to do whatever they do. This man make it sound like say
Let me say something to you, sir. Let me say something to you, sir. And I know my good friend Mr. Henry no vex with me, but I'm gonna say the People's National Party is to be blamed, you know. You know why? They implement a lot of things, but never carry through with it, and that's why Andrew Holness have the power to do all of these things now.
I wouldn't say that is fair. I wouldn't say that is fair.
I agree with you.
Hold on. Let me say my thing.
Hold
on. I wouldn't say that is fair to us because from 2012 because it was December 2011 that we won the election near Christmas. I remember the Christmas. Most of the until about 2014, 2015, thereabout, a lot of what the government had to be doing was cleaning up the mess of 2007 to 2011 with Ardlisha and Bruce Golden. By 2014, 2015, we started to implement a lot of things. And when the government of the current day came in now, they inherited a brand new wicked and an easy economy to run with until COVID. And them still never grow it as what we had planned because we had started a lot of programs that them just continue.
That's the same point where me I try to make. Me not cut the same point me I try to make.
Yeah.
Because the thing, what them always make it look like, you know, like whenever, if them feel leave out of parliament right now, then we're going to get an high and dry parliament when the money now go in, which they never get it like that. So whenever next party come in a power, whatsoever, funds there, the other party get the chance to use it. So whatsoever, in a go and the other party get the chance to continue with it. So, I don't know, if the people are so stupid, they don't know, say, this man are trying to mislead them for all the mess they create.
Yes.
He want to live up now.
Yes.
This man is a wicked. This man is a wicked. What me say, am I copy of that funny and as me say, that man, he amount of lie when tell right now, he just when can get a comeback from that. So I'll hear to the people, but me not think they want him back.
Well, the Americans are bringing back Donald Trump the way you expect. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Let's also hope that is not true because trust me. I said, I'm going to touch that tonight because we never finish.
The numbers to call is 9545298030. I think my good friend was calling me earlier on, you know. You can call back 954-529-8030. Christopher.
Yeah.
There's a lady who loves to call the program here.
Yeah.
If you hear she give a budget presentation, exactly like the Prime Minister, you laugh till a week, you know. The Prime Minister promised the people Clarkstown rather, that he's gonna build Silicon Valley for them up there.
Really?
Yes.
I would love that.
And
then he said he was going to turn Portmore into the next Miami. I remember that one.
But then he promised people of Clarkstown that he's gonna build a Silicon Valley for them up there.
Oh yes, turn Clarkstown. Yes, I remember it. I heard my friend from down as
at
west.
2:30 in the morning. He up and down campaigning.
But that not sound like trouble.
It is trouble.
See trouble that come from there, so that's why I'm up and down 2:30 at night like thief in the night.
But hold on there. He breached the law too.
Yes.
He breached the law of the land and nobody says nothing about it. Under the Town and Country Act.
And interestingly, what he was doing as well, and some of his ministers and his MPs, it is customary that on the night before the election, the campaigning season, you can have a workers' meeting to prepare your workers.
Mm-hmm.
I heard in my constituency that Samuda was on there's a gully bank that runs through Whitehall Division. There's a gully that
Yes, I know
runs
that
through.
Gullivan.
Yeah, man. And he was down there. His argument, from what I hear, was that it's not female election, so I'm just doing him normal work. But he's campaigning, he's campaigning, he's campaigning.
Caller, welcome to the program. Good night.
Welcome.
Oh Lord, here comes a new prime minister.
Yeah, man.
She gave a budget speech last night, you know.
She gave budget speech last night. Let me hear her budget speech tonight now.
My budget speech, you see, me want to ask some question who can help me, because me no have no PhD.
You know, no PhD, but you know. Yes, man.
Me no have no PhD, me permanent head damage. Listen me.
Yeah.
I was at work and I have a thief and I listen and can't go straight because me deal with people, confrontations, and like deal with people, so me have to welcome them and whatever.
Right.
However, I listen and this big nose man, up till now, the man was not about hospital in a budget speech.
Nope.
The hospital let me so tired. But this big nose man I talk about needs. No. All we are talking about grown, you know. Something there behind the needs, you know. And I'm calling on Mr. Mark Golden. Although me know him tired, but me know Sandra take care of him still. Get all of your people, crack them. And find out what this needs. We not take no needs. We don't want no needs.
Caller, his opposition spokesperson, junior spokesperson on foreign affairs is here with us, you know, Christopher Henry. So give him the message.
No, I'm not thinking I'm not going to say my hypocrite. He young still, you know, you have to lick him, but you have to spank him. You can't lick him too hard. You have to lick him and teach him.
Hold on there.
Mr. Henry,
yeah.
they are begging. Jamaican people don't want no needs. Needs can give your driver's license. And the number where you come out for the needs, the for your tearing. Needs can carry up an embassy to get visa.
No,
we don't want no needs. So if that's the challenge where the PNP have to take up, we are going to march. We are going to demonstrate.
But,
I
know, you know, I hear you say you don't want no needs. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's not that, and I'm going to say it to you, and I'm going to just offer this argument to you. It's not that you so much you don't want needs, you know. You don't want them man your control needs.
Simple. All right, thank you. That's why I say I need help because I'm willing to learn. We don't want no needs on the film and if needs we are change the name and put it to another name. But not like this under this man and. This man have done something with some international people and their money. And like the name of them money and can find back of something. No away with needs. This is what the opposition will stand up with. He carry a court and then turn it down and he still a revamp up and in a revamp up a hospital bed them. In a revamp the hospital, let's pay lie.
Cornwall Regional is a record overrun now, you know. Record overrun. I understand you, but me understand your concern. You understand. It's not so much, and I get that sentiment a lot. It's not so much needs itself. It's them man who have to administer it. Them not in the administration.
Something. This man is cannot be trusted.
Hold on a minute for me. When you look at it, you know, you hear rumors going around that there's a thing in Jamaica called Pegasus. Not the hotel, you know.
Yeah.
The Israeli them.
Israelis in Jamaica.
Thank you.
It is rumored around that the government of Jamaica is spying on its own people by listening to their conversation.
I know them listen to me all the time. You know, I have to say rumored. I know them listen to me all the time and me cuss them regular.
Them listen to every talk show. Right? And they are here to help Andrew Holness win back the election. Either by needs or by technology
or this. And if the needs go through, to my opinion, he might go change the voting system or some type of thing. Just like when he do with the COVID and say people thing gone up in a cloud, or when you take a stacky cloud, most everything drop out. Remember? Yeah. You remember I said there? Me not forgot certain things, you know. So this is the PNP agenda. Away with needs. If needs even come, not under him watch. And Jamaican people, let us rise and go demonstrate like France and Finland and the other country. When the gift of the man Andrew Holness must go.
Let me ask you a question.
We not begging if you go.
Let me ask you a question, caller. Did you hear the Prime Minister announced today? He said Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced that the national minimum wage to be increased from $13,000 to $15,000 40-hour work week. The minimum wage for industrial security guards to move from $14,000 to $15,000 a week. What is your views on that? Effective June 1st.
No, let me tell you something now. Andrew Holness is the most despicable disrespect. 1,000 and 2,000 I can do to people. Andrew Holness continue to take with idiot. He better me left it. No, you give me 13,000, you can't give me 2,000. Me an idiot. Why you take 200% himself? And in cronies, and I can't give it less than 1%.
But Miss Paula, Miss Paula, oh, you say you're not a PhD?
Me not a PhD, no permanent head damage.
You don't have permanent head damage. Okay, that I believe. Right? Yes, you're right. You're not a PhD.
You take 200% and I give you less than 1%. Are we not valuable?
No, they're not valuable.
We not valuable.
But you what thing there? You are
Mark Golding desperate. Me know say after Mark Golding during the election, come round and go he could meet them also. Him go home to him beautiful wife.
That's right.
Cooking dinner and serving it with love. Him know the pan road at 2 o'clock a morning and wake up people. So he
know come good to them.
Come on them. Yes. And I can tell Andrew Holness say, and I help her cook Mark Golding dinner. Sandra cook that with love.
Hold on there, caller.
Oh.
When you say
Yeah.
the Prime Minister do come a class, come do what?
Come make Silicon Valley. So you know it's not to tell the people them say them people prepare. Right? You know, and that we have this finance budget and it's STEM school. You know, hear nothing about them there. And the market are watching. And right now, Brownstone to dry. If I fire must be Brownstone now, hell loose here, no water. You rat them in the market, them bigger mangoes.
Lord God.
Right? No dry, no water.
Ooh,
right? Yes. Full of patrol. And a patrol Andrew Hole.
Andrew Hole. You remember when Colonel talked about his Porsche Hole? You remember?
Yeah, he rank himself. And Porsche, man chastise him. Man ask him about one of female Porsche Hole Andrew Hole. No,
you see.
No, and seriously.
We are not the same.
You represent the PNP. I'm asking you whenever time you go a meeting. I don't know how you can do it, but we need to rally up the people. We need a demonstration, peaceful demonstration. Want them peaceful demonstration. We are going to Parliament go roll up with flag, calling the BBC and the every nation international media. We want that Andrew must go. He's a full time now. 1% you give with minimum wages. What kind of disrespecting that? What more left for you do? What more? What more in there than pum pum pam Parliament? What less than 1%? Less than 1% in a time like now.
In a time like no.
Let me ask you a question because I know Mr. Henry has to go in a time now. Let me ask you a question though.
Yes, my wife have to cook for me too.
Why? Some people can't boast, man. Anyway.
Boss if you boss, your wife not gonna run down the hotel.
Yeah.
Hold on there. Talking about wife. Did you watch how the Prime Minister big up his wife this in the parliament and I know she don't smile at him?
No, she don't smile.
All of that is just a PR stunt. I don't even think that them are sitting in the same bed.
Why? Make me not bother say nothing.
Right.
Let me ask
You know that.
Let me ask you a question though, caller.
Yeah.
$15,000 for minimum wage. All right.
Yeah.
How much for light bill at Jamaica?
Aye. Why do you get one light bill for $10,000?
See there?
10,000. You want some silver in a car less than 10, but 9,900 and something. So you can run off here at the nearest $10,000.
How much?
And then the other month. Same thing I use.
We reach 12, 13.
You know what? Out of 13,000, me have to give my son 1,500 a day. When me not have a 15, me give him 1,000. When me not have a 1,000, me give him 8. When me give me 8, me have to make sure they be left on the stove because he no eat no lunch. If me give him $1,000 to go to school, he no eat no lunch. Nothing me buy one. If my man one thing with him, he know if he slide, he will buy a pack of cream crackers. But he can't eat cook food because he $800, $700 from what for cook lunch. And in fear if he go and come at $400. So when break time coming up, not but through me pass the market more time, he will buy. I tell you, a $15,000 and $2,000 on a dozen to arrange.
Yeah, man.
$15,000 and $2,000 for 12.
Yeah, somebody come and say that cheap.
Even if a Artanica 2.5 per dozen orange.
How much a pound for tomato?
Huh?
How much a pound for tomato?
Well, it kind of come down, you know, me see if 100. You know what, me come down. So nice tomato, 100. And me see a cabbage come down to 50. But it's soon gone up back, you know. Crap.
Hold on for me, caller. Mr. Henry.
Yes, Jeffrey.
Don't you realize the plight of the Jamaican people, sir?
Yes.
That this Prime Minister, you have a $13 trillion budget. And you only can announce that your people must get $15,000 a week. You have a $1.3 trillion budget, and there's nothing in place for the less vulnerable of the country. There's nothing in place for people who is
nothing,
my friend, nothing.
Nothing.
Hold on a minute for me, Christopher Henry. Thank you for coming on. I know you have to go, my friend.
Yes, I leave in your Joe Jeffrey. So night to all your listeners and watchers.
Thank you very much for coming on, man. Christopher Henry.
Yeah, man, Mr. Christopher. Big up yourself. And when you go and meet them, we need to rally the people.
No,
me have a disrespect. 1%.
Me have a direct line to your friend. So me say something to him.
Yes, man.
Yes.
1%. Less than 1%. Oh God Almighty, man. What next?
I gone.
What next?
I gone. Good night. Good night.
Christopher Henry, Junior Spokesperson on Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Attorney at Law. Thank you for coming on. Caller, go ahead for me.
Yes. No, Jeffrey. This is too wicked. This too cold. Less than 1%. Less than 1%. Are you taking us for idiot? We can't read enough. We can't spell and pronounce. And God bless Mr. PJ Patterson.
You know what
We
hurt
can't
me?
phone come here.
You know what hurt me most of all,
But we
Carl?
can't Google.
You know what hurt me most of all, caller? Is
Yeah.
when he taught these things in the parliament, you know. All I can hear bloom bloom
The
bloom bloom
people
bloom
are
bloom 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 bloom.
boom, boom, boom. Like you have to take a feed that.
And then he has some propagandists who love to chop, sending message to you. You see what he's doing? He's doing it to the Jamaican
1%.
people. The annoyance and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
This thing it can't fix it.
Of course, it can fix.
If we get rid of Andrew, it can't fix. We have to just go out there. You know, the ancestors' name, just like when you have to hold the bull by the hand. And all the while you have to hold the rope. Too much of this man. If man even have it dead, make man live. I saw it go. We have to go out there. Somewhere, somehow. Somewhere, somehow. This can't continue in the country. You go out there, you walk out from your position, and you come back to that give people less than 1% for nothing already. And I talk about you think about life and livelihood. Eh? What kind of foolish is that? And the Jamaican people sit down and take that like a medicine. Eh? And you raise income tax threshold from 15 to 7, from 1.5 to 1.7. That's not enough with people. That now you give yourself 200 and you give judge 300 and you give governor general where you go walk on them. Eh? Me not see what reason we have a governor general. I never hear that man come out and condemn nothing will happen in our country. That is bad. Nothing.
He can't do it, you know, because
Nothing.
he cannot do that.
PSOJ man. I mean I call from Metrisiaga again, man. Metrisiaga, when is a ban here? You wicked, you know. You Andrew Wallace, you know, better Andrew Wallace. We are private sector where people work for make have money. And you tell us that the private sector come out contact about less than 1%. And you no object to it, may I listen.
They're not gonna say anything, you know, because you know why? Caller, they're not gonna say anything, you know, because they don't want to pay the people of this country a high minimum wage, you know. They don't want
A man when you Mafu willing to pay,
yes.
but him alone can't bear the burden. Mafu we pay. Mafu we pay, but him alone can't bear the burden. But he will pay it. He will pay it. Oh.
When I saw it, you know, when I saw the minimum wage, I remember some people I know and I remember you. And I'm saying to myself, and the Gleaner put it out, the Prime Minister has announced that the national minimum wage will be increased from $13,000 to $15,000 for 40-hour work week. The minimum wage for industrial security guards is to be increased from $14,000 to $15,000 per week, effective June 1st. As if this is something grand.
You read hypocrite, Gleaner pay hypocrite, then dash out if you make people say, I won't name them eye. Dash out to make you see. One time, one policeman give one man one ticket. And said to him, say, the reason why me I get a ticket at the law to make you no have sense. Me not break the law, and when your prime minister say that me do. So that this day let them vote him out.
Same way, so.
That the policeman mean. So that Gleaner mean. So your prime minister say from 14 to 15. So count it for yourself. That Gleaner mean. This man is wicked, Jeffrey. And we can't get up every day attack, and we not do nothing.
True.
Something have to be done.
I'm getting tired of it too.
Something have to be done. I call on the Jamaican people, even the woman them. No care no man, pure woman. Tell Miss Patricia Sutherland to rally around the PNP woman movement and all the woman. We don't want one man there because they love lock up man and harass man and brutalize man and say man this. Make them make history so they shoot down 50 women because they them a demonstrate. Pure woman, no man. We don't want no man. Make we go up there, go demonstrate. 14 to 15, what have you used to people? When them don't them talk about crime. And the next thing, me them talk about gangster. Gangster. The biggest gangster in Jamaica right now is Andrew Holness and him millions. Them is the biggest gangster when I get arrested. I may have a message with Tavares Vincent. See you jump on Marky G and what painting about sexist. But remember, you have something for answer, you know. You have a grandson, you have to go tell him when father dead. And you have to live with that until the day you're dead. Because he's going to hear and he's going to know. He might know now, when he's young, but he's going to hear and he's going to know. And you have to go plan to tell your own grandson what happened to your father. Live, go check on that. And Miss Babs the Grange, you hold like a Matruzella. And you got time for your guy yard. And you, for your name, then kill 2 men, arrest 2 gunmen, and share where they arrest them in a few. So that means that you are leader of a gang said we, because gunmen are supposed to have you carrying a few name. So the whole are tainted. The whole are tainted. Come off of Mark Golden. I don't think Mark Golden never kill mosquito. Left him alone. The one person will come to take you out of atrocity. You just tear on the man. The man talk the truth. And the truth is a friend, but it's not a sin. You can't have a prime minister and he might lead the country and his wife will lead parliament. Who next? Next year, he put in him big son a minister of security. And another one a minister of finance. I done it done. Right, that's what I done.
Like the people of Sri Lanka with the Gupta family.
Just like the people of Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Oh. So when people are talking, no law, people make people talk. So time Tavares go clean up your yard and prepare to answer the hard question from your dearly beloved grandson. You mightn't tell him, but him a go hear. Ask him how his father dead. Who killed his father? Who orchestrated his father death? And who was his father?
Let me ask you a question.
And how comes the same type of his father, the life when they say his father is? How comes him breed feel Vumva and Vumva V's daughter? How she meet him? You hear?
So let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
I hear you say that Mr. Tavares Prince must tell his grandson who killed his father. So who killed his father?
Who him to tell him who killed Dagpa? All of them know. You think Dagpa just dead, so? Our man just look on Dagpa and kill him, so? Eh? You take me that. Ask him about the gun then when mission up in yard. And who take them out there. And he's still out here in the Senate. And have how much gun missing from the yard. He got jail for. He get account for. More he say one thing and he done. Yo, this a country. So sitting my Jamaica to some people. Man that jail with police. Here say have it done. He never seen what we done. Right? They never catch you with the gun, but in that prisoner rotten way. And them say they get gun from FLA and gun missing. And them just eat the same way. All me like another one say left him gun in a vehicle, go and pick plum. And when he come back, gun gone. Just like that.
I wonder which plum he was picking.
Eh?
I wonder which
Me don't know which plum. Me don't know which one. Because him never use a plum.
Put in the name of Jesus.
Oh. So sometimes when you sit down and look for some sitting, a DPP shine another one. You are disgrace to Jamaica, miss. You disgrace the country. Me know when we grow up, we have pride, we have hope, we have dignity, and we are going to say we're going to be this, be that. Jamaica was the gem of the Caribbean. No, around the country to wreck internationally, locally, thieving, cronyism. You can take Jamaica to drugs hub, plane drop here. And no, you can't hear who come in that plane, who fly plane. Yo, come on, woman of Jamaica. We need to go to a parliament. Go demonstrate, pure woman, not even a little boy picnic. Make them lock me up. Make them shoot me. Woman alone, just no man, not a man we no want there. Just woman. And we put on we clothes, no color, no a political color, and turn up with flag. Oh, turn up with sitting with paper them. Andrew Wallace and a million must go. No needs round here. You tired about debate. And you know, turn up no hospital. You know, turn up no hospital where I run down so. We are tell people about in needs and his way. And uno man we say on the pan needs committee. Uno is a wicked. Because you know what they behind the needs. Israel them Israel go back to Israel go fix them business. We don't want them out here. Go back to Israel go fix no business man. Left Jamaica alone. And I want to fight for Jamaica. So everybody come now want to take over a piece of rock from we so. And if they are making idiot them out here, shower, and now see what happen. Better about that one. They go to bounce one and see. Then take up one labor right woman load, the whole eye go dumpy. I said them are clean up road because the construction. And the people them now that road are sell long and the traffic still out there. And take up your woman load not truck. But because we tell you make a video and send it come. That's why woman know that strong labor right, you know. No, boy, I say, I'm not sorry for you. That's how prosperity work. Boy, Jeffrey,
Yes, ma'am.
we attack. But on a serious level, we need to do something. Andrew always need to nip in the bud. He might do too much and I get where with it. Who is Andrew always? Where he come from? Oh, him bad, so how much power him have, so? A Putin. If the needs go through, remember me tell you, say, any old people start to take needs, you have electronic voting system. And I done right there, so. You never lose an election again. Any old need system go through, you never lose an election. Me I tell you that. Any old the need system go through, him never lose an election again because it go electronic. And that's how it go done. Oh. No needs round here. Make we continue vote like how we have vote. No needs.
I see somebody put in the chat here. What happened to Philip Paul and Bobby Pickers Gill that went missing? How are you not talking about that?
Philip Paul went missing when?
Yeah, there was something about Philip Paul gone and Bobby Pickers Gill one long time ago.
We don't hear about that, so we can't talk about what we don't know. When you talk about what you don't know, you tell lie.
True.
Then me no matter if Paul go miss now and if he go to jail too. So me talk about what me know. We can't talk about what me don't know. Me never remember that. Me go research it. And if so be the case, him supposed to get reprimand, go to jail if he go to jail, pay if he government up and say Mary, it coming like paper. All of me attack coming like paper. I don't remember about the parliament. So me don't know about that. And if so be the case, them feel lock them up, charge them. Them no bigger than the law. And Jones are making look like them bigger than the law because in cripple Dalrymple style Dalrymple and put him out and put his wife up there. Because see like how Dalrymple won't come out, say when do. For them to come out too. Oh, who next time I go sacrifice na Jamaica Labour Party? You better look out. Oh.
All right,
Peer styling in the pan. You know, see, him in a play draft one day with Mark. And Mark hoof him. Because then he will not know about a community something. Because everybody get a program. And gender 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 galang. And them plans, anytime in touch a part there, them are going to walk out. But Mark show them say, if I behind me guy road, me I go, they're going to finish it. And then done it. Oh. You get hoof. Oh. Tell them, brother. Me tell you. When Jamaican people don't understand.
Yes.
We want to live in our country where we just live, work, get livable wages, send the people then go to school, eat a proper food, balance, have a healthy lifestyle till God call you home. If you're there for your break, you can go book in a hotel and get a little rest. Because when you get 1-2 week break, you're there, you know, rest, you know.
I know.
Unless you're nasty.
Are you hearing me?
Are
you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for calling because I'm going to wrap up now. I have a next call coming to take this last call here. And I'm going to wrap up because tomorrow's the next day. Thank you for calling, my friend.
Okay, my darling.
Thank you so much.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams to you too. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello, good night. Welcome to the Make It Talk program. Go ahead.
Hi, good night, Mr. Tavares. How are you, man?
I am here, sir. Tired as ever, but I'm trying to cope.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I see you pushing through. I just want to add my little 2 cents to the contribution of the Honorable Prime Minister today. Yes. It is in my view that the budget presentation was woefully lacking. Yeah. First of all, the announcement of a minimum wage to 15,000 is something that Peter Phillips had suggested from 2018.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's much to do about nothing, to be honest. Yeah. That's one. Because if you convert that, imagine in the United States of America. Yeah. And I know you're in Florida, my friend. In the United States of America, the average weekly income is somewhere around, say, about 800 a week. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Yeah. However, in Jamaica, you have to match the income. The minimum wage must be matched with a livable income.
Hello, good night, caller. Welcome to the program. I think we have lost the other caller.
Hello, good night.
Good night, ma'am.
I think when the callers call in, that they should just use like a 3-minute session instead of having this long discussion so that other callers can call in and give their views.
You have a point there. Thanks very much, caller. That's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, good night. Welcome to the program. You only have 2 minutes to leave on the program. Go ahead. Okay. Well, this we're going to say so long from tonight for the program here. Until you hear our voice again, thank you all for coming in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh, Lord. Yes, caller, go ahead. You only have a minute leave on the call on the program. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mr. Tavares.
We don't have about 2 minutes leave on the program, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying for some reason I don't know why I'm getting disconnected so
I don't know what
often.
happened.
What I'm saying is that the minimum wage is not in keeping with what is a livable wage. Yeah. So and you have many a times discussed this over here. I've listened to you. I've always listened to this program many a times, and I encourage other people to listen as well. And when you look at the minimum wage, it is not a livable wage. You even explain some of the conditions that's happening back in Jamaica. So that's one. Two, he came and he announced, and I look specifically for the housing because housing is something that is very dear to my heart. Yeah. The When he announced the housing projects today, you realize he announced in St. Mary, yeah, five 580 something housing solutions, which will be divided amongst Industry Pen, Galena, and Highgate. Yeah, and that is for the entire parish of St. Mary. 589 housing solutions when the parish of St. Mary since 2013. The last time the parish of St. Mary got a housing development from NHT was when Portia Simpson Miller was Prime Minister, when Morris Guy was Minister of Housing.
Yes.
Yeah? So it is woefully inadequate, the announcement that he made. And then he said 15,000 in terms of the bill on your own land and whatever. But we must also understand that this is not the NHT is not functioning like how it used to function before, right? Because of the continuous raiding of the NHT. And he made no mention today if they're going to take a pause and give NHT some breathing space so that you can have.
But sir, we gotta go now.
Yeah.
The two political parties rape energy, sir.
No, I agree with you, Mr. Tavares. I totally agree with you, right? However, remember what were the prevailing circumstances in 2012 why the decision was made to raid NHT? And even Mr. Holness then said that we must never, ever, ever allow this to happen again. The agreement then was for a 4-year period. We have gone now over 10 years, almost 12 years of the raiding of NHT. The economy is doing better so there's no need for this continuous raiding of the NHT. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Tavares. I'm not blaming Prime Minister Holness for the raiding of it. I'm saying that there has to be some stop to it to give the NHT space to breathe because the economy is where we're getting surpluses of $80 billion a year. So we need not to go there. Yeah?
All right, sir. Thanks much.
Yes, my friend. Take care. All the best.
Bye-bye. Good night. Welcome to the Mecca Talk program. The last call for the night. Go ahead.
Hi, Jeffrey. How you doing?
Here looking salt, sucking salt through wooden spoon.
Yeah, I hope you have a lot of water beside you.
Yes.
All right. To the guest on the panel. What's his name, Mr. Henry?
Yes, they're already gone, sir.
Oh, him gone?
Yes.
All right. You know, when I tell you I sit down today and I was listening to the Prime Minister debate on your show. And boy, I tell you, it pained me hard, you know, man. It hard to listen to the man, you know. I tell you, it's just like a campaign talk when I listen to his budget debate because a lot of these things were promised and it's gonna be tabled and all of that. I guarantee you, the moment he left out of Parliament, those things forget about. Majority of the things forget about.
As you talk about that, you know, there's a lady that named Madame Rose Leon. She was running for somewhere up in Lawrence Tavern. And when Madame Rose Leon, in the hype of her speech, man, she talk, you know. And then she promised the people she don't give them this and give them that, you know. When the meeting finished, you know, she go into the car where the loudspeaker was. She never noticed the mic was on. Here, Madame Rose Leon, no, I rode in my house in the want, house in the shall get, you know, whatever idiot, you know. When she realized that the mic was on, you know, man, she tells the driver to drive because if she never drive, she done dead.
Let me tell you, and it's the same thing the Prime Minister did to us today. The man come in with a sweet talk. Even what happened yesterday is like nothing happened. Not yesterday. The day before when he walked out on Mr. Golden presentation. It's like nothing happened. Everything's sweet and dandy and Jamaican people nice and how them a work and what he's gonna do. For me, it's bull shaving cream.
Yes.
Trust me.
And he
So
not even have the he not
yeah.
have the respect to the Jamaican people to say, you know what happened yesterday, something happened over here, and I must apologize to the Jamaican people. Not a word in English.
Not a word. And when you're done, you talk about your servant to the people. This is how servant operate. No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Very much so, sir.
But keep up the good work. I know you want to go off now and myself, I'm going home, so
This computer is getting
you have a
hot.
good night. Keep up the good work.
This computer is getting hot. I want a new computer, but it's getting hot. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on, sir.
All right, Jeffrey, you take care, man. Keep up the good work, yes, sir.
To you. All the best.
All right. Bye-bye.
I
All the
want to
best.
say thanks to all the callers of the Make We Talk program. Thanks to Christopher Henry for coming on. This is the last call for the night. No more call. No more call for the night. I want to say thanks to Christopher Henry, opposition spokesperson, opposition junior spokesperson on foreign affairs and foreign trade. He's also an attorney at law. I want to say thanks to Garfield Reid for coming on. Thanks to the producers of this program. Thanks to the person who helped us with the posters. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for being a part of the Make We Talk program. Remember, everyone on this platform, if you haven't done so before, please like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon to know when we go live. Thank you all very much for coming on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, where can you send it to this, please? To write to this. Can you Zelle it or call my number and I'll tell you what to do? Here you go. Anyone who want to help me with my laptop? There you go. You can Zelle me. Anything you can Zelle me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much, my good friend, for the $50 you're gonna send. Thank you so much. Yes, anyone else want to help? That's my Zelle up there. You can Zelle it to the email address or to the number next to it. So I want to say thanks. It was a marathon day for me today. A marathon day. So if you don't see me come on tomorrow, don't feel any way. But I'll come on tomorrow at maybe 1 or 2 programs. But I want to say thank you all. Yes, call me when I come off air. Call me when I come off air. I want to say thank you all very much. Thank you all for coming on. Thanks to my subscribers. Thanks to my Make We Talk family who never leave me out. I appreciate you all. I thank you all for coming on. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And always be there for someone else. Never you ever give up on life. Never you ever give up on your country, Jamaica. Because Jamaica can be a better place. There's nothing wrong with Jamaica that we cannot fix. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. And may God bless Jamaica land we love. Have a great night, everyone. Go and get some sleep. Tomorrow is the next day. Have a great night, everyone.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.